More Q&A with you guys. If you have questions, leave them in the comments down below. This one is from Diego Paredes. I hope I'm not butchering your name. When to use oversampling and when not? Based also on CPU power. Thank you. Well, the CPU power is easy. When your computer can't process anymore, you're done. But I can't really tell you when to use it, but I can try to tell you what to look out for when you're wondering, should I use it or not? For example, fast settings on a compressor. We're talking about plugins, of course, not hardware. Fast settings, especially fast release, and especially on material that has a lot of low end, they tend to create extra distortion. They tend to stutter and create extra distortion. Sometimes that's unavoidable. That's how fast releases act with low-end material, but not only. So you kind of have to watch in general for that. But sometimes it's just plugins, and especially if you're mixing at a low sample rate, they can create extra distortion and unwanted artifacts, which are solved sometimes with oversampling. So that's one scenario. If you hear something wrong in that and you find yourself doing something like that, try oversampling, it might solve it. Second scenario, any type of saturation or analog modeling. Now, this is not 100%. It depends, again, on how the plugin is coded, how good it is, and a lot of other things. But usually saturation can benefit from oversampling, simply because there could be aliasing, but that's not the only problem. There could be also other problems when trying to emulate analog saturation in the box. It could add, again, added unwanted, unintended distortion. And sometimes it's kind of hard, if you're not experienced, to hear that unwanted distortion there, because you're already distorting. Saturation at the end of the day is distortion. So again, try it. If you are in doubt, is this supposed to sound like this, or is it like a little harsh? You know, then try oversampling, it could get better. And similar to this is the emulation of all the nonlinearities that analog has, and plugins try to emulate. Sometimes those emulation can sound flat and harsh. And again, in this case, oversampling could help you. At the same time, I can also tell you what to look out for when oversampling either is not the ticket or it causes more harm than good. Before we continue, if you enjoy the videos, please subscribe and hit the notification button. And if you really want to learn how to mix and master professionally, click the join button down here, become a MixBus TV member, access the already big and always growing library of full mixing courses, start to finish, mastering courses on many different genres, and a lot more. If you like the video, you want to support the channel, either grab some merch or use the super thanks down here. Let's go back to the video. And this is simple, because what you have to look out for is dualness. Oversampling on dynamics like limiter, brickwall limiters, for example, on some compressors, but also some saturators can dual the material, can dual the transient, can just make the saturator not as biting and as exciting as was without it. So look out for this. Oversampling is not always better. It doesn't equate. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. I gave you a couple of scenarios, and from here on out, it's just training your ears. I hope this answered the question. If you guys have more questions for the Q&A, leave them in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and see you next time.
Hands on my neck, hands grip my throat. Lift me up, man, take control. Heart is so gone, my type. Don't you know I fall for the bad type? You play the role of an angel pretty well, but I can